amazing how the time flies. We glide so imperfectly. I try to be the best that I can be and try to build a nest so I could sleep safely, finally get some rest. I lost my breath when I fell from the sky. The birds that gave wings to wind that never dies, leave a legacy. Be a better me, free the enemy, and try to let it be. With all of me that's on a beat, it's honesty that's on repeat. It's all a G and EMC that's gonna be a murder of crows. I murder these flows like I throw a curveball right at the flight that I chose. But I'ma fly straight and migrate. This time makes the migraines in my brain so fly planes could glide under my weight. And I keep high with the mind to be on this flight till I see my dad again and I'm free. Free as a bird. Free as a bird. Free as the bird. Free as the bird. Free as the birds.
If I'd ever feel it again, the getting lost in the music like it was more than a friend. When the studio was next to the bed and the melody was playing with my heart beating stuck in my head. The cassette player battery's dead. Pump the pedals on the bicycle, the rhythm in that. Up on the telephone wires with the starlings and the streetcar tracks. I never thought I'd be making music in Halifax with the rhythm of a rebel. The attitude never changes. Never won the rebel over ordinary stasis. Place cards set at the table to say graces. Gormandize a memory making me miss faces. Turn around and look at myself for changes. Metropolis votary, really I rearrange it. Head in the clouds and I'm wondering where the day went. Time flying by and I've got nothing but patience. Free as the birds. 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 We so perfectly rough. We know we can get stuck. We are so vulnerable to broken wings and leaving. But me, myself, and I will try to be the one to rise above. I can't even understand when they act like wings, but not enough.
Now, I got a little creature living in a little hole inside of my stomach and it wants me to panic and fold. Learning to love all of the heavy things I hold. It's unforgiving but liberating to bear the load. Bees working too hard, bears losing their homes. Now the birds let me see how everything grows. This isn't getting any easier. I don't want to be a member of the greedier. I'm a bar stool full with armchair politics. So much loss it's hard to focus on the positives. Take my temperature, there's something wrong with the thermometer. Get me off this road, I've forgotten how long it is. The higher I can go, the farther I can get away. I hope my feathers stick together for another day. Words lift off the paper, travel to center stage. But I'm still feeling the cold, there is no other way. I'm free as the birds. 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 I'm free as the birds.
You know I'm free, at least trying to be. Mine like the birds, no the worms don't see. I'm far from the dirt, but the earth is still me. I'm a whole lot of water, just a little salty. Pale like the moon, still I shine like the sun. I'm hot, then I'm cold, still the same conundrum. I'm God, then I'm Satan, then I'm human all in one. Said I fall, I get up, then I walk and then I run. Fly like I'm high, man, I'm over this summit. I try to right, I try to wrong, I got it stuck in my stomach. I hear this music in my head, still a struggle to hum it. I see the world and its hate, still I'm humble to love it. I see my faith and my pride in the side of this hell. A lot of y'all won't, guess a lot of y'all will. And I'll be up high doing circles in the sky. I'm free like the birds, guess you wanna know why. Free as the birds. 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 I'm free as the birds.
We so perfectly rough. We know we can get stuck. We are so vulnerable to broken wings.
Hello, everybody. Chef Ivan here. I'm here to introduce another episode that we recorded. If you're from the HRM area, I'm sure you know who he is. I have been his listener for many years, but finally met him a few months ago, one of our tasting menu, when he came in with one of my good friends, Anna Almeida from CTV Morning Live. And we've been talking since, and listened to him all these years at the radio that he pretty much inject happiness to everybody, like him, Turk, and Megan. It's just incredible. All those mornings, when the morning commutes or whatever, like during pandemic, and they are so fun, they're so organic, they're so genuine, and make everybody laughed. And I cannot wait to share his story with you, because this is the most fun one I have done yet. But anyway, let's start listening to Amateur Alex's story, guys. This is going to be a fun one. So, guys, welcome to another episode of Chef Ivan Chan Masterclass Podcast. This episode, we have, how would I put it? We have a really fun person being here today. We have Amateur Alex from Virgin Radio, and we met recently at one of our dinner, and he actually came in with one of my good friends, Anna, and we met, and we kind of hit it off, and kind of messaged him quite a bit.
Yes.
Bugging him. But anyway, thanks for doing this with me, Alex.
Thanks for having me. You call this master class. There's not going to be anything masterful about me here.
Well, yeah, but your name is obvious, amateur, right?
Yeah.
So we have an amateur in a master class.
It's an amateur class today. What's
This is a little Chinese kung fu tea.
Ooh.
It's really traditional, like a really strong green tea.
Awesome.
It's one of the things that I enjoy on my spare time.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get you all drunk, because I know how you can talk, man. So
Oh, yeah. I have a few drinks in me. I just won't stop. Thank you. Strong. You had me at strong.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I'm sure everybody watching this know that listen to you every morning. I'm one of them. I kind of cheated on my friend to listen to you, but
How dare you?
but no, she's not on air anymore. So Denise, if you're watching, sorry, but I listen to you guys like all the time, and when I'm driving, to my kids in the morning to school.
I am so sorry.
That I have to listen to you every morning. It's more towards Turk.
Yes. Okay.
He's
He's your favorite. I understand.
Turk.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Turk, if you're watching. I kind of prefer Alex and Megan, but
Oh! You're not allowed to say that.
Oh, do I not? All right, let's edit this out. Sorry.
That's all right.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But no, you guys have a great shows. I listen to you guys all the time, and
Thank
you
you.
guys always have great topics. But this is about Amateur Alex stories. So let's talk about how did you get in the industry, bud?
It was a complete fluke, by the way. I just started around 2010. I had a friend, well, he's still my friend, but Frank Lowe. I was playing in a band with Frank Lowe, and he did work for CJCH, which is Virgin Radio now, but it used to be an oldie station in like the 80s. And so he was on that, and he kind of worked with Bell Media for a while there. And he threw out the idea, well, someone came to him and asked him to fill in for New Year's Eve.
Okay.
And they were doing a mix show at the Dome. And so they had to be live, and it was The Bounce at the time, 101.3 The Bounce.
Yeah, 101.
And so he basically said he couldn't do that New Year's Eve thing. So they asked him, do you know any other guys that know audio? And, he immediately thought of me. I played drums in this band.
Okay.
I grew up kind of recording artists and things.
Okay.
So I'd record we'd do like kind of a studio setup and record artists in my house. I'd do the drums and the guitar and all that stuff, vocals. And so I had that background. So they threw me in there. And I did this New Year's Eve show, and it was horrible.
Oh, yeah?
It was a terrible job. Like, I completely screwed everything up. But for whatever reason, the boss at the time, he hired me on to do remote work. And so they hired me on. They called me Alex the Tech Guy. And so I was like, okay, I will gladly take this. I was doing a part-time job at Best Buy at the time, working retail. I had just finished school. I went to school for animation, which is another completely different industry, of course. But it had to do with computers. So that helped me get my foot in the door with this radio station.
Okay.
And from there, I started doing remote work. And then I got to be friends with Frankie Hollywood and Anna Almeida.
Okay.
And so they tried me out. I worked Valentine's Day. I think it was 2011. That was my first day on the air.
Okay.
And they set up this little contest. And they hired me on, Alex the Tech Guy, as this stunt guy. They wanted me to do stunts. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm not a stunt man. Like, how am I going to do that? What is that? And so they hired me on, and I was so shocked that it was a kissing contest.
Oh, who did you kiss that day? That would be my first question if I want to know.
Well, they opened it up. They had a picture of me with my shirt off, with wings on, like I was dressed up like Cupid, right? And so they bring me in. They say, this is going to be a kissing contest where Alex is going to be blindfolded. Any of the women that want to come in will kiss me blindfolded, and I have to pick the best kiss.
Whoa.
Which, oh my God, it's just nerve-wracking even thinking about it. So this is the first thing I do live. I go in there. I have my wings on. None of the women showed up.
What do you mean by none of the women show up?
They didn't show up. So I'm in studio looking ridiculous, and I am supposed to kiss these people on the air, and they didn't show up. So I remember Frankie at the time was like, there's got to be some kind of payoff, though. Like, we have you in here for a kissing contest. You have to kiss someone.
Yeah.
And I looked at Frankie, and I was like, well, I'm not kissing you. And he goes, well, you're going to have to kiss Anna. So I kissed Anna on my first day on the morning show. I was just so nervous. I mean, when you go on the air for the first time, most people are pretty nervous.
Of course.
But then I'm there, like, kissing people, or I'm supposed to
But
be.
you're kissing Anna. What's not to like about
Well, I don't know. It's just that everyone's watching as well. There's cameras on you.
Oh, man.
It's like, come on. So anyways, they thought that was pretty fun. And then I did some more stunts. I was eating like a turkey. I had to eat as much of a 10-pound turkey that I could eat. And I think I ate 6 pounds of this turkey.
You're not a small guy, though.
Come on. That's a lot. I think I need credit for how much that is. I sat there the whole show. By the end of it, I was like poking it. But we did it for a good cause, though. Because, I can't be there just like eating a turkey by myself. Every pound that I ate, we donated turkeys to Feed Nova Scotia at the time. Yeah, so, any of the stunts or whatever that we would do like that,
That's
where,
great.
People are thinking like, oh, you're wasting food on Alex or something like that. We would do stuff like that. But shortly after that, I got hired on as an engineer there doing, I helped build the studio and stuff, which I had never done in my life until I got there. But I wanted to be on the air so badly that I started mowing the lawn. Yeah, I started mowing the lawn at the radio station. Anything that I could do. I basically said that, like, can I just, whatever job you have, cool. And Trent McGrath, who's our general manager, shout out to him, he's amazing. He said to me, he's like, well, we'll get you to mow the lawn. Like, you can do that. I was taking cardboard. I was taking that, like, out to recycle and stuff. Like, I was doing all of the dirty work. I was ready to mop that place. Like, why not? It's like...
So you're doing all the amateur job.
Exactly.
Just to get in.
The amateur job. And in the weirdest way, that's not why they started calling me amateur. I was still Alex the Tech Guy at the time. And this girl called in and said I was amateur. She said I sounded amateur. And I thought, like, at the time I was thinking, that's so insulting. And then my boss gave me that name. I didn't have a say in it at all. My old boss, he's not there anymore, but like he decided like, okay, instead of Alex the tech guy, we were going to call you Amateur Alex. And I remember my mom called me that day, and she was just like, I hate it. She hated the name. But at this point, like it's stuck. I've had that name for at least 10 years. When I finally got the full-time job, which was help from Turk, like Turk, without Turk, I wouldn't have been full-time. I was still doing 2 days a week.
Okay.
And slowly but surely, I got on 3 days a week, and then Turk helped me get full-time, and we've been that way ever since.
Turk seems to be the one that, stuck with you, 13 years?
Yes.
13 years now? And
Yeah.
hey, I did listen.
Good stuff.
But it's just kind of like, he seems to the one open you up on the first full-time offer, and the loyalties and the friendship. And
Exactly.
you told me earlier that he is your best friend.
Yes.
And I don't know, man. The way he talks, I don't know if I can be friends with him. But
What are you
we'll see.
saying? Turk is like my ride or die, though. Like he's really nice. You're gonna meet him and you're gonna love him. I know it. I know it.
I can tell you right now, I love listening to Megan. I have to say, like she is so organic. Everything Megan say is come out so natural.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it I don't know, like you whenever you talk, oh my God, here comes Alex again. Just that one short line. Alex gonna like, oh, I gotta pay attention. You know, like you are you are the one really, to me, you are the one creative spots.
Oh, okay.
Right? And you guys are right. And that thing that you guys talk about the pizzas.
Yes.
And
somebody sent us that in, right? Like they asked us who is the cheese.
Yep.
Who's the spicy pepperoni and who is the dough. And and so we talked about that. I'm the cheese.
And actually, I do agree greatly because as a listener, he's pretty much the base.
Yes,
Yep,
he's
Turk
holding
is-
it together.
Yeah, he's holding it together. But of course, like Megan has to be the spicy one, and then you are the one flowing in the flavor.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's
where
right.
the cheese is. Right.
Yes,
Like this is. I really like the way they put it, just because as a listener for years, and this is how I feel.
Yeah.
Like
That's awesome.
You guys are just so fun, and listening to you guys in the morning is good. Wake up. A lot of time when I'm driving the kids to school and stuck in traffic and thinking about the day, and then listen to you guys, almost like woo. It's such a great morning show, man.
Thank you, man. That's what we strive for, of course, too. Like, we want to be genuine. Everything you're hearing, like, we're not making anything up. Like, a lot of morning shows, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but some morning shows, they will script things, and it's like, we don't want to do that because you can hear through that. Like, I find that if I listen to even podcasts that are scripted, which this one is not.
Hell no, we're not.
No. But that, you can listen to that and you can hear someone go, so, how are you today? Like it just, it sounds like they're reading.
They're reading off something.
And it's just so, I don't know, it's not authentic. And that's what we've always strived to be. Like, we want you to hear us screwing up. We try to have the morning show sound like we're at a party. Like we're just friends at a party and we're telling stories.
Okay.
Like, when's the last time you've been to a party where the guy will go, hey, I'm just about to tell you about the Orient.
Okay.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
They're just going to tell you a story
Of course.
of Chef Ivan at the Orient.
Okay.
Things like that. So when you hear people script it on a morning show, I feel like you really can tell the difference.
You do. You do really do, yeah. Even I done interview with some radio stations, and they were pretty much like, Chef, this is the question I'll be asking. Okay, so I'm gonna write it down, and it's okay. Here's the answer when you interview me.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly. Would you write down the answer on a piece of paper and read it?
I would. I have done it.
But it wouldn't sound very good, would it?
Yeah.
Right? You know, like unless you're pretty good at going like, okay, I'll just recreate what I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
No.
But it's hard. It's weird.
Yeah, it's. You guys are so lively every morning.
Yeah, thank
bro.
you.
Like there is so much actions, and it's so raw.
Yes.
And organic. What you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing the world needs. Something
Awesome.
real.
Thank you.
You guys doing it real. Like you guys showing your personality. You know, like the pizza terminology. Perfect. Like Megan is spicy. Hey, you know what? You know, it is what it is. And you guys don't seem to hide your personality. And as a listener, I'm always about talking about media.
Yes.
Is storytelling.
Yeah.
And to me, one of the most important storytelling element is being relatable.
Yes, of course.
And you guys are so relatable because
Awesome.
you guys show who you are on your shows. You know, Turk, sorry. I'm not gonna say too much about it, but
He's
you know,
authentic.
but I just love those moments that you and Megan created. Right? Megan always throw a wedge in there and suddenly have some laughs, and
Yes.
a lot of times it's like, what are you laughing about, lady? and then of course you throw one line in there once in a while. So,
Yes.
oh, here's the Alex moment.
Yeah.
You just spice it right up.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
And I really think how relatable is you guys are so successful with your shows. Obviously, I'm a listener.
Thank you.
And I really love what you guys are doing.
That's really nice of you to say. I think the same way about you, in a way.
I don't believe him.
I've gotta say this. The Orient, this restaurant's amazing. And one thing that I'll never forget about it was during the pandemic. You know what a nightmare the pandemic was. Yeah. One of the first restaurants to offer takeout was the Orient.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
You jumped right on it. And this was my first experience from this restaurant, not coming into the restaurant, getting a takeout, but I got this ginger beef, amazing. And I was just thinking at the time, it was shocking to me because none of the restaurants were allowed to open, but people first started doing this takeout thing where it was finally, became to be during the pandemic. And I always associate the Orient with like, basically the first restaurant to do it. I'm pretty sure you were.
I was one of the very first one, but it's just because the way everything's coming down it's kind of like people would message you, Chef, like when will you, we're craving for your food. Like, when will you do it again? But I was extremely careful. I don't know if you remember, but like we have pretty much everybody stay at the door.
Yeah.
And curbside only, and we were really strict because I live with my parents.
Yes.
And I have to really pay. But I think people are really happy that we start willing to do it because how different that our offering is.
Yeah.
But now I really appreciate it, and it was a rough couple of years, man.
I bet. Like, what a nightmare for anyone in the restaurant industry. But like, I just always think of the Orient innovated. You were innovating.
Trying to. I mean, like the first time we met in person was actually one of my most creative things that I've been doing.
Yeah, Taster's Night.
Tasting menu.
That was awesome. I've been dreaming about it.
We don't do it regularly, but I don't like. It was so funny. I actually text Anna. I was like, hey, you know what? Like, poor Anna have been missing all those special dinner.
Yes.
Like, my Chinese New Year dinner is really big every year, and then this year I have the space for Anna, and Anna not feeling all that well, and being Anna, Anna texts me and says, Chef, I'm not feeling that well. We don't know what it is, and being her, she said, no, I'd rather not come in.
Yes.
Which it didn't end up COVID, but just Anna being Anna, how sweet of a person she is.
Exactly.
So she had been missing them and every single dinner, and I was like, Anna, I'm doing another one. You better come in.
Yeah.
And then she came in, and then she texted me like, 2-3 days beforehand. Oh, I'm bringing amateur artists. Can I do that? I didn't tell her anything.
What do you mean?
I did not tell her that I'm your listener.
Okay.
I was like, sure. I was like, oh my God, I listen to this guy.
You should have said, "Who's that?"
Yeah. I should have.
Yeah.
I don't know him. Never heard of him, right?
Like, you probably shouldn't bring him.
Yeah.
That's
But,
awesome.
was pretty shocked that finally meet you in person. Like,
Yeah.
After listening to you all this morning, like everybody tell me how tall you are.
Really? People say that?
Yeah.
That gets around?
That's one of the things. Like, amateur artists, oh my God, I heard he's really tall, that's one of the things. Right?
That's not a bad thing to be known for, I guess.
Oh, trust me.
That's
But
funny.
That picture we took that night,
Yes.
I was like, man, I gotta need a stool. You just have to crouch over a little bit, man.
I could have crouched down a bit, I'm sure.
No, I think you guys have fun.
Yeah.
It's some creative food that we've been playing with.
It was so amazing. I've been thinking about those drunken noodles. It's got peanut butter in it.
Peanut butter, yeah.
Crazy. And then the pork belly. It was just delicious all around.
Good. So that's one of the things that we are gonna try to play with a little more, and because I don't know, as a chef, it's a little boring doing the everyday thing.
I bet. Yeah, like I bet it can get hard, just making the same dishes or whatever.
It's so repetitive, right?
Yes.
And yes, we love what I do. I love what I do, but on the other hand, sometimes a little creative things like what I do, it's been really happy.
Yeah.
Get to play with those kind of stuff. But anyway, I seems like you guys had fun that night. Like you got some really nice cocktails. Some
It was
little
awesome.
creative food.
Yeah.
and stuff like
Spectacular.
that.
It's a night, and I'm not just saying this. It's a night that I will never forget.
Thank you.
Yes, like it was some of the best food like I've ever had. Like seriously. And I just think about when's the next one.
It's all right. Then we'll have you as soon as you can just make sure Anna happy with you, so she can bring you.
Yes, exactly. I know. I have to hope that Anna's still my friend.
Knowing you, man, I don't know. That could end any time, right?
Yeah, totally. And I could tell that right away that you really love what you're doing, but not even you can taste that through the food.
Thank you.
But also, I could tell that you were loving just seeing how people were enjoying it.
It's part of being a chef. It's not
Cool.
the cooking part. Is to me the biggest thing is about how much people the reaction get out of food and how satisfied and happy people are.
Awesome.
Wait a second. Why are we talking about me now?
This is great.
Why is he interviewing me, guys? All right, it's about you, buddy.
I'm used to being the host.
Yeah, like I guess a natural would just come out, right? My
That's funny.
God, this is gonna be chaotic. And but anyway,
Yeah.
I know you because of the show.
Yes.
Let's talk about your two co-hosts.
Okay.
Have you eat anything that made by Turk or Megan?
So I've been thinking about this. Turk is a pretty good chef.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know about in front of me though, Turk.
I had this. This was at his house a long time ago. It was his girlfriend at the time. They were making pizzas,
Okay.
right? And I imagine most chefs are like, pizza, whatever. Pizza's nothing. It's just blah blah blah. You just throw some cheese on it. But he made the steak pizza,
Okay.
and he had a bunch of amazing toppings on it. It was spicy as well. And so he made this, and then his girlfriend made another pizza. I forget what she put on it.
Okay.
I tried both of them, and I remember they're both looking at me like, which pizza's better?
Uh-oh.
And Turk's was by far better. But I didn't say that. I just said, this is really good, Turk. And Turk has a passion for, he likes to cook, but his favorite part is the plating. And he wants it to look artsy almost.
Okay.
So anything that he makes looks really good.
Okay.
It might not taste that great, but
Uh-oh, here
No,
we
I'm
go.
just kidding. I'm kidding.
Here's the truth coming out.
He actually is a pretty good cook, And then Megan, in her defense, I've never had anything that she's cooked. But when she makes craft dinner, okay, she doesn't use milk.
Oh, that's interesting.
You're like, whatever, craft dinner. Do you even make craft dinner? I assume you're like, I don't deal with the boxes.
I have.
Yeah.
Probably looking at 30 years ago. So
30
I
years
have not
ago.
had any craft dinner for
It's
probably at least 30 years.
It's just junk. But, like when she said that, she's like, I don't add the milk or anything. I was like, what? Like, what would the cheese sauce be like? She just puts some butter in there and puts
that makes
packet.
sense. That
And
actually makes sense.
it'll work, right?
That makes sense.
But I don't know. I feel like it's probably tastes dusty. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I just thought, okay. I don't know if I'm going to use this clip, but Megan's going to hate me.
Maybe you shouldn't use the clip.
But I always want to know if Megan cook, how chaotic she will be in the kitchen. By listening to her every day, right?
Yes.
Like she probably get all chaos and
Yeah.
things everywhere, and I don't know. It's just a crazy guess. I think I think asking Megan to serve a meal
Yeah.
would be quite a scene to watch.
A fun scene. It'd be
A
fun.
good one, and I like in a
Yeah.
bad way.
She'd be stressing out,
Yep.
but it'd be fun.
Yeah, she will be that's the right way to put it. She will
Yeah.
be really stressing out.
And
but
she'd be the first to tell you that she'd be stressing out.
I just thought it will be a fun scene
Yeah.
to watch Megan cook.
We should, on the flip side, we should have you in the studio live cooking.
Yeah, sure.
It sounds like it's probably out of your element, though. Like, I mean, you'd have to bring stuff.
It depends. I mean,
Yeah.
I've done it at CTV a few times.
Yeah. And see, that's CTV. We don't have a kitchen.
We can make a craft dinner.
Yeah. Awesome. I bet it would taste delicious.
But no, we can sort of talk about it. I've been wanting like Alex. Like, can I do a Chef Ivan rant every week about me complaining about customers or the industry? I was like, yeah, what? I
That'd
don't know.
be fun.
Yeah, but people's gonna hate me. That's one of the things. Like being a chef.
You could send us in topics anytime you want. Anyone could do that. If they want to text us a topic,
Yeah.
we will
but
take
but,
that.
but like is I always thinking about clip that like short clip that I can make and make people laugh. But
Yes.
on the other hand, with the keyboard warriors right now, man,
Oh, yeah.
you're kind of skeptical about certain things, right?
That's the hardest part about many industries today is dealing with the haters online. You know?
Can't do anything right.
Yeah, you could say the smallest thing that people will just get offended by that, sometimes, sure, maybe it's offensive, but I feel like a lot of times it's not really that offensive. But that's kind of what comedy's always been about. It's like you make fun of
You
yourself.
make fun of someone.
You make
Something.
fun of someone. Anything.
Yeah.
It has to do with making fun of things.
Yeah.
So you make fun of something and you make one person angry and then they post it online. I've definitely said things that are even misconstrued. It's like somebody could even say like, oh, I heard Alex say this. And it's like, I didn't say that. And you could pull up, we have everything recorded. You could go back and go, listen to this. And then you can hear it and go, oh, I didn't say that.
Okay.
But it's whatever someone put in their mind that they heard it a certain way, and they can get angry about it.
It seems like that is the way it is right now. I mean, like you can say one thing and people trust it and don't even know what it is. Like half of the time you don't even said it. And that's why kudos to you guys. I mean, I always think you guys are under too much pressure. Like how much listener you guys have every day. It's like, especially how natural and organic you guys are. A lot of natural reactions. And I mean, like I mentioned earlier, that I love seeing those clips because you guys are interacting in your studio physically, like standing up and like pointing each other's. And
And there's so many emotions.
Yeah.
And that's why I said your shows are so relatable. But you guys must be under so much pressure about not saying the wrong
Yeah.
thing.
We also could use a studio setup with, cameras and stuff, Jason. Shout out to Jason. He's got quite a good setup here for you.
Yeah.
This
he
is
does.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Through the shows, one of the things that Jason's doing for me, and we have a lot of big professionals that new immigrant who have the experience and expertise for what they do, but because of the language barrier or doesn't know enough people, I think it's good to just get it out there for people. Say, hey, you want to record something? There's a big professional there you could talk to.
Yes.
Right? And
with experience in Beijing, that's amazing.
Yeah, so those are the stuff that we need to kind of spread out, this is media this day, right? So people like yourself, are public figure.
We use that loosely.
There's a term that we done loosely. You can turn on Facebook right now, Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, public figure.
Yeah, it's like, really?
Really? It's kind of funny, like how being overused right now, because you can just pay whoever, you can pay Meta $20 a month, and you could be choose public figure this day, right?
You can be verified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's crazy this day.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you haven't answered me that questions. Who's better cook?
Turk.
Okay, yeah. But you never gave Megan a chance. Megan.
I need to get into that situation where Megan has to cook for me for some reason.
Let's see if we can arrange something. Come in here, and I will show Megan how to cook.
You want to bring Megan into your kitchen?
Not in my kitchen, maybe in the dining room. Not in the kitchen. But
I was going to say, be careful what you wish for.
No, I mean, it's kind of funny because Ellie Black
Yes.
talking about the same thing. Like Ellie was like, well, let's do a video that you show me how to cook certain things.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So that's another thing that me and Ellie was talking about, and maybe we can have Megan at the same time.
Yes, that'd be sweet. Can I come and watch?
Oh, you should come be the taster.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Anytime you need somebody to taste,
I should have Megan make a fancy craft dinner.
A fancy one, an elevated one,
without milk. I think she would like that.
It would be fun.
I am picking her side now, dude.
You are.
I am a big fan, Megan. I am a big fan.
But you wouldn't like it, though.
You know what, though?
Don't you lie.
You will be amazed what I'll eat.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Peanut butter and jam sandwich?
love it.
Okay.
Love it.
What's kind of like a sort of weird, easy dish that seems... Because a lot of your stuff's fancy.
I eat so much steamed rice with a fried egg,
Yeah?
runny yolk,
Yeah.
and soy sauce.
Delicious. I love that stuff.
Yeah, like the most plain Jane stuff. You will be amazed what I eat. Everybody, like, I have guys. I went for a drive-thru at Burger King,
Yes.
and then the kid was like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" I said, "What do you mean I'm doing here? I'm getting my damn Whopper, for God out loud." Oh, you shouldn't be eating at a place like this.
What?
What? I'm not allowed in fast food joint.
Everything is fine in moderation.
So no, you'll be amazed.
That's awesome.
How often you see at normal fast food restaurant, and trust me, that's a moment I never forget my life.
Yeah.
The kid will look at me and is like, "What are you doing here?"
Do you go home and you're just like, I do not want to cook?
I cook at home all the time.
Do you? Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's what I do. That's what I drive for.
Yeah.
So
You don't ever get like tired of it where you're just like, no, I don't want to cook
cooking
today.
wise, no.
Good.
Just
Good.
don't ask me to do dishes.
Yeah.
I hate doing dishes.
That's fair though. You cook, somebody else should do the
Yeah.
dishes.
Don't ask me to do dishes. And,
Yeah.
and that's one of the things. So it's not a visit to the Orleans without eating So, Alex, may I?
No offense. This is my favorite part.
That's the only reason he agreed to do this. It's the food, people.
So, what's the dip here?
This is some white miso tzatziki, which is my version of it. Instead of salt, there's no salt in there. I use the white miso instead of salt to give a little umami and to change the complexity of traditional tzatziki sauce.
First of all, it looks amazing, but like the taste is number one. I'm gonna dip it right in here. How much do you think I should dip in?
Depends how.
Just give it a good shot.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Here comes honest opinion, people.
This is the best. I'm not surprised. This is the best spring roll I've ever had.
Uh-huh.
Can I, here,
Sure.
tell them something. I'm just going to eat this here.
This is a lamb spring roll that I come up with, and I recently do a lot of tasting menu. I want to kind of, do a little fusion dish. So spring roll is one of the staple most people recognize, but I love lamb.
Yeah.
And we have some really northern Chinese food that have a lot of cumin with lamb dish. So I kind of put my Szechuan seasoning in there with a little cumin, but then you got to look at the creativity, right? And then it's like, well, people love tzatziki
Yeah.
with lamb, okay? But I want an Asian fusion tzatziki. And I hate making tzatziki when I was at the hotel just because it breaks, because of the salt, make the water come out of the cucumber. I want to replace the salt. So I was testing, thinking about ideas, and that's what I've been doing, and people seem to like this.
So you invented this.
Yes, pretty much.
This is the best tzatziki I've ever had.
Yeah.
It's so delicious. I'm in shock, honestly.
It's just a basic tzatziki sauce, just replace one element to actually make it last longer. Because how a tzatziki sauce usually sit in the fridge and get water because of the salt, make the moisture come out of the cucumber. But I want something just kind of stay intact. And in the meantime, I want to add an Asian flavor. And I thought the right miso would add an umami in there. And
That's incredible.
thank you.
This is one question I had for you about Chinese culture.
Okay.
I heard years back that in some areas in China, if you go to a restaurant and you eat everything on your plate, that insults the chef because they think you're still hungry.
No.
That's just
Not, or that's something I never heard of.
that's weird, eh? I don't know. Anyways, cut that part.
Oh, that was a good one. Just cut that part. I'm going to so use this clip. That's part of my days today. And Richard Alex said, cut that part.
Oh, yeah. You're like, you know what? Just got it.
Oh, my God. That was good. I had so much fun, man. And the food, you like it, eh?
The best. The best Chinese restaurant. The best restaurant. The Orient.
Oh, I don't know about that. but I have to say, we, on Creator Magazine, Best 50 this year, we ranked number 6.
What?
Overall.
Is that all of Canada?
All Maritimes, pretty much.
Amazing.
Yeah, the Creator ranked us number 6. So it's kind of,
Congrats.
I was crying. Literally crying.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was, we usually in the mid-20s. I'm pretty happy about that already. It's a recognition that you don't expect, especially how hard it is for a Chinese restaurant being recognized at that level.
Yeah.
And no, it's a lot of life and soul kind of.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you're going to hit number 1. I think it.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
There's so many good chefs around and good restaurants around here.
I don't know.
But like we try, we always try. But anyway. So what else do you want to share with the audience, Amateur Alex?
All right. You can catch us 5:30 to 10 every weekday morning. Virgin Radio, 101.3. You know it. Also, we have 5K a day, which is happening every morning, every weekday morning. 7 and 9, we give you a keyword, and you could win $5,000 every single day.
I think you guys are too nice.
Really?
Like how many times you guys mentioned those keywords?
Why not?
I don't know. Like,
We're
you're
just helping
supposed-
people out.
Yeah, like that's why I say you guys are too nice. I was like, man, like, my God, Megan just said it again.
You're like, I'm trying to win this thing.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
kinda like, what now? And then Megan will be spelling it out again. Like, okay, fine, Megan. You know, it's you can tell I'm a big fan now.
Yes.
Like I think listening to her just so much fun.
Nice.
But yeah, like $5,000 a day, guys. So you know. But anyway, anything else you want to share with the audience other than you guys 5K promotions?
I will be back to the Orient for the lamb spring rolls, which aren't on the menu, right?
No.
Well, I'm going to be looking for it anyway.
Well, you know, I can make special arrangements since you are amateur, Alex. I guess. You
I
know.
love it. Thank you so much.
No, thanks for doing this with me, man.
Yeah.
I hope you had fun. And,
Yeah, had a blast.
And thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.